Hi everyone, it's Laurel here. Thanks so much for joining me today. I decided to challenge myself and I wanted to use all 12 colors of the Mama Elephant inks. So I thought it would be really fun to incorporate the inks and this stencil here by Tim Holtz. It's called Splatters. Mama Elephant makes these fabulous, fabulous pigment inks. It's 12 different colors. And if you want to know the difference between the pigment inks and the dye inks, Jennifer McGuire has done a fabulous video on the difference between the two inks over on her blog, and I will link to that here down in the bottom corner for you, just if you want to know the difference between the two types of inks. But these are pigment inks. They are bold, rich colors, and they do stay a little wet when you stamp them. They're pretty, they're vibrant. I love the colors, I love the names. I get really good, clean impressions when I stamp with them. So I have absolutely no complaints whatsoever, and I have all 12 colors. I bought the whole entire set. So hopefully you can see all of the colors there on the screen. But my goal was to make a card using all 12 ink colors. It was my challenge. So I'm using the stencil, like I said, and that's just some Nina Solar White cardstock there that I'm using. I am going to get out my craft sheet here because I don't want any ink to get on my workspace there. And these are little sponge dauber doohickey things from Sukaneko. They're finger applicators, I think they're called, is the technical term. And I'm just going to be going through all of this stencils with the various colors there, and I will be posting all of the colors that I'm using as I use them. And I'm just going to move that stencil around and then apply the ink directly into the stencil with those sponge daubers. I'm either going to tap it or blot it or twist it. You'll kind of see. And no rhyme or reason. I'm just kind of messing around and putting it down on the paper and then hoping it's going to turn out okay. So I'm going to play some music here while you watch this in super warped motion. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that or fast forwarded through it if it's not your thing. But I'm taking the bunny from the stamp set, Honey Bunny by Mom Elephant. It's a fantacular set. That's not even a word, but I love it so much I invented a word, so it's fantacular. And I found a way to incorporate the smoke there by using it by stamping the bunnies, and I'm quickly going to apply some clear embossing powder, and I'm going to heat set it there. And I really like that pretty soft gray color called Smoke. It's wonderful. So I'm just heat setting it there, making sure that all the ink is dry. And then I'm going to take the brown, which is called Hazel, and I'm going to use the little sponge daubers, and I'm going to color the bunnies with the ink. I had no idea how this was going to turn out. I usually only blend inks like this with Distress inks because I know they're made for blending. So I wasn't sure how this was going to turn out. It did take a little bit of work and effort and reapplying, but I think it turns out really nice. So I went ahead and put on a really good coverage of that ink. And then I'm just going to take a moist baby wipe, and I kind of went over it a little bit to see if it would help blend, and it did. It doesn't look that great now, but once it dries, it's really pretty. Now this is some liquid applique by Marvy, and what it does is when you put it down and you apply heat to it, it poofs it up. So I thought it would be cute to give the little bunnies a poofy cottontail. And you can see the brown after it dried, how it faded out some, and it's really quite pretty. So I'm glad that I discovered that. So I'm applying this Marvy's liquid applique, and then I'm going to apply my little heat gun here, and you'll see it poof up in just a second. It's like magic. See it? Isn't that cool? I love that stuff. It's so cool. Okay, so now I'm going to start assembling the card here, and I just love that colorful background with all of the ink. See how vibrant and pretty the Mama Elephant inks are? They're fantastic, and I absolutely love them. So I'm just going to take that lollipop ink and stamp the sentiment. The sentiments in this set are really fun, and I love the fonts. And I just found some paper on my desk actually that I thought worked well with it. And then I'm going to take one edge and kind of make it a little banner edge, and then I'm going to adhere it down to the card base, and then I'm going to take some pop dots and I'm going to pop the little bunny up, and I'm going to have it like sitting on the banner. So that was my goal of this card here, and my camera must have clunked out, or I turned it off and forgot to turn it back on. I don't know, but I don't get the whole thing on video of me adhering the card, but that's pretty much what I did. And so this is the finished look there. I just mounted it on some Nina Desert Storm cardstock. So that's it, my challenge to use all 12 Mama Elephant inks. Woohoo! Success! Thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.